folks. Well, we're on the roof here of our old building. We've lived here now for over a year.
Almost exactly a year.
Almost exactly a year. We bounced back and forth in the first months when we were also up in West Harlem, which is a slightly more gentrified area than the East. But for a year we lived here on 3rd Avenue on 119th Street. This is a cigar review, so what I'll get to later on is this El Jefe Maduro Churchill. It's a very strong smoke, but more on that later, seeing as this is the last review we're doing here. Actually, not that we did any cigar reviews in our apartment. We're going to smoke cigars, but I guess it's cigar top reviews. And from now on, we're going to be doing them off our other building. We really moved into a very, very nice place. It was quite a few steps up, not just 1 or 2 or even 3.
Yes, just a second.
Well, I'll be showing the people. I can sort of walk there in the background and give them a little bit of a history. Over there you have the projects. They look strangely reminiscent of the ones not far from Alphabet City on the Lower East Side, where I actually spent quite a few years when I was a kid. We lived across the street from Seward Park High School on Grant Street in Essex, and later on my mother and I, we moved to 318 East 15th Street. I'll never forget that, apartment 5C. Across the street from Old Beekman Town Hospital that was later on taken over by somebody else, by Old Stuyvesant High School. I mean, I have quite a history in New York. Anyway, I'm kind of jumping around here. But I'm no stranger to different neighborhoods. I've lived in all 5 boroughs: Queens, Bronx, Brooklyn, Long Island, Manhattan, and then Manhattan all over again. But this area has been an experience. I mean, Harlem is going through transition. You know, if you take a look at this building across the street, that was constructed in 1895. I didn't do any formal checking of its history, but Ghost and I thought, Selma, the one who's filming me, you've seen our faces. This may have been a hotel back in 1895. The windows are bricked up. It may have turned into a flop house and eventual storage unit, so it probably had its heyday of about 20 or 30 years. In the early days of Harlem. Over there you have Taino Towers. That's become a rehab center for people who are dependent on pharmaceutical substances. No, basically it's a junkie haven. Every time you used to walk down the streets 125th to catch the subway, there Samantha would pass by all these people. Sometimes I'd walk with her, and they had pretty heavy security for walking, and there were people standing around like this, going through their various vibes. I'm not Trump. I don't give a fuck if I mimic anybody. This building here was greatly protested. I guess they're condominiums, am I mistaken? And there's some nice buildings across the street, so like I said, the area is greatly coming up. There's the School of Antisocial Work, supposedly social work, I don't know. There's some screwy theories coming up, and there's some older houses over there. It's actually gotten to be a little less bright. You want to walk over there? No? Should I stay in my corner? Fine.
Yes.
Anyway, folks, there's a parking lot here that's been demolished. There's some debris over there. They're going to build something. Yeah, you can take a look, give some footage down there.
Gosh.
And there's some redundant barbed wire with what looks like Charlotte's Web with alabaster in it. Anyway, this is an unusual cigar review. So as I said, the cigar that I was going to be reviewing is the El Jefe. I honestly don't recall whether this is Dominican, Nicaraguan, or Honduran tobacco. It could be a blend thereof. I think it's Dominican. But the cigar is quite strong. It has a good aroma, and as you'll notice with the red band on the tip and a very nice ring, actually looks like a very classy smoke, and it is quite a classy smoke. It's about a 6x60 Churchill size. Maduro wrapper. It's quite strong. I've smoked a number of these over the years, and they're quite good. I haven't had one in a while. It's a long filler cigar, so it's not going to burn too quickly. I was originally thinking of reviewing it without even lighting it up, but that would seem odd. Well, that's nothing new for me. Let's see how it goes.
I brought matches.
Matches are good, especially for a dating site. We expropriated these from
Carnegie.
Was it Carnegie? Okay. thought it could have been Davidoff or one of the other places where I've smoked cigars over the years. Because you got me into this filthy habit. You know, Ghost is the one who got me into cigar smoking. She wouldn't even let me smoke regular cigarettes. I'm joking, of course, guys. Oh, it's a good match. I'm not going to put it in my mouth like I've done on some occasion. This is a very full-bodied smoke. I would definitely recommend it with dinner or supper. You'll be there for a while because, judging by how the cigar is packed, it's definitely not too loose, and this one's slightly dry, but not so much. It's held up to the test of time very well. I haven't had it in a humidor for quite some time, but these are very resilient cigars. They're very well made. Again, La Aroma de Cuba, El Jefes. You can see these. They are available on bestcigarprices.com, other sites too. I'm sure J&R, Thompson, wherever else it is you go, but consistently for different brands and prices and availability. Best Cigar has been my favorite. I don't know what yours is. Comments are welcome. But this is a full-bodied smoke. It has leathery, earthy tones. It's definitely not a cigar for the faint of heart. It's not obnoxiously strong. It's a fairly complex flavor. I wouldn't exactly say that based on its taste it's exactly Cuban, because Cuban cigars have a high copper content and they have that distinct Cuba flavor to them. So whenever you hear cigars that had Cuba-like parts of their name without actually being made in Cuba, guess what? They're not Cuban. But that doesn't necessarily make them bad. I smoked quite a few Cubans in all the years I lived in St. Petersburg, Russia, and in Moscow before that. I can certainly give reviews on those. I think the embargo is over now. Gratuities of Obama. Well, it's not like it was really ever cracked down on. I mean, if you smoke the Cuban here, right? Tony Montana, chew man, you fuck with me? You fuck with me, man, chew. Fuck you. Yeah, he got smoked eventually by another higher level mafioso and nothing happened to him, so I don't think anything ever happened for smoking a Cuban, pardon the pun. Yeah, but they're quite good. I definitely recommend these for an advanced cigar smoker. It's a well-constructed piece, again, about 6x60 ring gauge, Maduro wrapper, long filler, strong, earthy, leathery flavor, basically an after-dinner cigar. If you and your friends want to have a red glass of wine, I don't know, is it going to go well with beer? I had beer, I poured it into a plastic glass. Let's see, I'm going to taste some beer with it. This is not piss water. It's actually Samuel Adams Summer Ale. Not quite as good as it used to be years ago when I first tried it, but it's still okay. It's no longer small batch. Does it go well with El Jefe? Yeah, it's pretty good. I would actually recommend the medium-bodied beer with it. If you want red wine, if you want smoky whiskey, my favorite is a Lagavulin 16-year-old. If you don't have that Lagavulin 8-year-old, if you don't have that Benriach 10-year-old, if you don't have that, well, shit, you're out of luck, man. Can't help you.
Monkey shoulders.
Oh, Monkey Shoulder is also not a bad one, but it's not a peated Elay whiskey. It's not. But for the money, Monkey Shoulder is a good one. Definitely. So guys, I hope this cigar review was of some use to you, with a brief history, a layman's knowledge of Harlem. I did lay here on the fire escape, if not quite on the roof. And hopefully we'll be seeing you again doing further cigar top reviews at our new location closer to the south end of Manhattan. Hey Wheezy, we're moving on up. Hey Wheezy, come on, wave at the viewers. Ha 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 ha. See you later.
See ya.
Guys, this is kind of impromptu, pretty much like our whole life. But I decided to, show the ash on the El Jefe. And not the only, but one of the signs of a pretty good cigar is how it holds its ash. I didn't really go out of my way to hold the ash, and I'm on the roof. It's not too windy, but it's somewhat. We're not in a closed space, and still it was able to hold its ash like this. So if that's any indicator to people as to the quality of the tobacco and how well packed it is, this is it. So take care. I hope this cigar review, even without a lot of technical jargon, was of some use to you. And if you want a nice full-bodied smoke that's good for anywhere, a restaurant with your friends, out on the balcony if your wife doesn't throw you off of it, on a rooftop, this is the way to go. And